Hi everyone, and welcome to the second session of our Beginners Yoga series. My name is Lauren O'Sullivan. I'm one of the yoga teachers with Help for Heroes. I have a specialism in working with trauma and breathwork.
Hello, and my name is Francesca Bingley. I'm also a Hatha yoga teacher and a registered nurse, and I specialise in working with people that have usually gone through complex injury. And so today what we're going to be looking at is a session where this is for anyone that uses a ventilator to breathe or any other mechanical ventilation, but the session will also be appropriate for anyone that doesn't want to work with their breath during the session, just wants to relax and go through the meditation with us. So with that, the most important thing to begin with is get yourself set up right and comfortable, as we mentioned in last week's session. So it's enabling yourself to be fully in your body without anything to sort of get in the way or distract you throughout. So that could also mean just thinking about your environment and how you set yourself up. Okay, so between the two of us, you're going to see us demonstrate it as well as me guide you through it all. So to begin with, I'm going to ask Lauren just to get herself comfortable. So obviously this at home, you could be doing this whilst lying in bed as well as in a chair. So it's whatever works for you. And then it's coming into yourself. So just gradually closing your eyes and just focusing on the sensations that you can feel within yourself. So whether this is the back of the head, could be the face, it's whatever you can feel. So what we're going to be focusing on today is really engaging what it is that brings a bit of warmth, heat, a bit of fire within our system. Often we can feel quite cold if we're very still for a long time. So it's really about things that generate that sense of really coming into the energy that our system's capable of, and really choosing it. So as part of coming into this practice, really look at the intention that you're coming into it with. So what is it that has brought you here today? What is it that you're looking to gain from this session? Whatever it is, it's like feel a bit of desire for it. That sense of longing, that sense of decision that I'm going to try and I'm going to find out through the practice itself. So really feeling the heat of that desire in your system. So to begin with, just coming into the edges. So what I mean by edges is feel the edges of your awareness. This could be literally the top of your head. It could maybe be the base of your jaw. It could be your ears. It's feeling into the expansion. So you could go, for example, from a point within the center of your brain and imagine expanding out to those edges and then coming back. So you've actually got a feeling of movement and of pulse within this feeling sensation. So it's determined by you. If you can feel into another part of the body, even gently, slightly, maybe it's very soft, even into the belly sometimes. Whatever works for you in those edges, you find them. And you put your mind's attention into those edges. So really inhabit what you can feel, what you can sense of those edges, and then back into the core. Okay, so with that, you're going to feel whatever you can throughout the whole practice as we work our way through a tour of coming outside to our senses about the environment that we're in right now. And as we go back into the very core of ourselves, keep reminding yourself throughout of what it is to feel warm, to feel heat, to really wake that part of yourself up, to feel that ha, as in the word hatha, the ha part of that word, of you're awake, you're engaged, you've got desire for what we're doing. Okay, so working with this now, just start becoming aware of the environment that you're in. So in whatever ways that you can, just sense where you are, the sounds, the smells, the taste even. It's like you're in your body, but you're also in a room. Be aware of where you are right now. So you've got your observations going on. And then notice where there's a bit of tightness. So can you bring in a little bit of easiness, a little bit of relaxedness? That instead of trying so hard, there's also a bit of give. We call this sukha. Again, a sense of getting easy. So you're both fully present, you're working with this practice, but you're also just getting a little bit easy. Can you also feel a little bit of a sense of like a perseverance? That we all know it can be difficult sometimes to engage with ourselves even. Can you feel that, okay, I'm going to go through this, we do this all together. So these are the qualities to bring into the practice. Okay, so as part of the session, much like the previous, we're going to start with a wood block that you're going to hit every 12 seconds, and it's going to help keep our structure as we follow with our mind's attention awareness. So very gently, start to notice the level of light in the room. So this might be just opening your eyes a fraction. It's just noticing the levels of light in the room. So feeling its warmth, the heat that light brings, that awareness to us. Keep noticing that light. Notice where the light lands. So noticing where it hits objects in the room. Notice the colour of the room. So where is the light and warmth? Notice that colour. Now notice the flip side of this. Where is the darkness? Where is the coolness? Notice the areas of shade. So again, noticing the warmth, but then to the shade and that coolness, the darkness. What shapes are formed by this? Can you feel into again the shapes that these are being made? Notice the contrast between the textures. Do certain things conjure more warmth in the system? So notice textures. Is there any movement in the room? Can you notice anything again that's bringing a little bit of heat, light, movement into the room? Notice the distance that items are away from you. So feeling your proximity. Notice the depth of your surroundings. Does the area feel as though it's quite empty, airy, or does it actually feel quite close? What generates warmth for you with this? So notice the depth of your surroundings. Now feeling into the eyes that have been doing all this observation. Notice the flinches, the flickers, the blinking. And feel your eyes fully closed now. Notice the sensation of how it is to close, to seal in, to actually generate an internal warmth, even with the eyelids closed. You're sealing in. Okay, so now bring your awareness into the top of your head and now into your ears. So bring in some heat. So imagine heat in the ears. Feel their temperature. Notice the sensations within your ears. Now bring your awareness into what you can hear. So listen to your surroundings. Bring that willpower, that desire, and listen to whatever you can hear. Hearing what's far away, and slowly becoming aware of middle distance. Now bringing this awareness further in, what's close to you. What can you hear? And notice also the sounds within us. So being aware of all that you're taking in, so you're absorbing these sounds. Can you be aware of anything that's aggravating, irritating? It's actually generating a bit of heat. So can you be with what is external to you, what's on the outside, and feel what it generates that you can use to your advantage? Now, keeping your eyes closed, feel into your face, to those outer edges. Feeling into your face, the muscles, the skin. Feeling what feels cold or feels warm. Feeling those outer edges. Notice your forehead, maybe any tension that's still there. Feel your mouth, again, whether it's soft or maybe it's holding some tension. So feeling that pulse of where we can concentrate so much we start to grip, but also the relaxing that you're able to master, you're able to do. So feeling that pulse to that point within the face and the relaxing that you're able to do. Now keeping that same awareness in the head, in the face, in the skin, bring your attention into your mouth. So feeling into the edges of the mouth, the lips, the gums, but also to the tongue and to the roof of the mouth. Notice how it tastes. What sensations do you have going on within the mouth, within the taste? Feeling what brings again a little bit of warmth, or any warm spots in the mouth, but also where there's like coolness, this contrast. Focus on this pulse of coming to the places of heat, of warmth, but also the places of coolness. Just keep that awareness pulsing to the very lips and then to the very back of the throat. Expand that awareness and start to raise it up into your nose. It's just focusing on any sensations within the nose. Feeling into even where it's itchy. Feeling the surface of the skin. And then returning a little bit deeper into the nose itself. Again, feeling whatever skin temperature there is, whether it feels warm or cool, and then back into the internal when we tend to feel a bit warmer. So feeling that pulse outward, into the surface, into the skin, and then back to the inside of the nose. Just be aware of any of these sensations that are playing out. Sometimes it's there for a moment, and then it eases off as we become distracted or we our mind wanders, just bring back that focused awareness again. Easing off with that pulse of attention. Nose. I keep following this through. Internals. Moving down. Lips. Into the mouth. So feeling the outside to the inside. Ears. Feeling the skin surface. Into the inside, to the hearing, to the inside of your ears. Coming into the skin of the face. Bring your awareness into the forehead that's slightly inside. Feeling into the whole of the head, so outside, and then into the inside. So generating that heat as you pulse with your awareness. So feeling to the outside, to the surface, to the air temperature, and then back into your internal core, generating that heat. Pulsing out with awareness, pulsing in with attention. Now bringing that awareness out to the outside, at the top of the head, the ears, the mouth, and back to the point between your eyebrows now. It's just following it in, pulsing at this point, imagining awareness, attention, heat coming into the point between the eyebrows, and then backing off a little bit. So relaxing, it's a fraction, just coming off. So bringing that awareness to the point between the eyebrows, and then just relaxing it slightly. Feeling that pulse, eyebrow center, and relax. Got a few more pulses here. Bring the awareness to that point between the eyebrows. Relaxing off. Noticing how you are feeling within yourself now. So bringing a greater sense of noticing how's the mind, how's the energy, your emotions, and how's the body feeling. We're going to slowly bring the practice towards its finishing point. So you're going to hear the woodblock stopping in a moment. So now just keep that awareness at your eyebrow center. Allowing yourself to feel and connect with how your system's feeling right now. Noticing again the areas that feel warm. Maybe in the mouth, on the skin, the back of the head. Just feeling into the areas that feel that warmth, but also noticing the contrast, the areas that still feel a little bit cooler. So bring your attention again out to the surface, feeling it contract back, reminding yourself of that inner attention, that desire that you set at the very beginning of the practice, what it was that you're looking for, that desire, that bit of will, that drive. Feeling into that heat, that willingness to engage. So feel that in your system in whatever way works for you. As we draw the practice to a close, and allow yourself to take an internal bow. So feeling that ability to say thank you to yourself saying thank you for the time that you've spent, for your ability to create and make something real within your system, to manifest. And say thank you to the practice, the methodology itself. Namaste.